Way back there with me. If he's doing that to you, bro, come January 31st.
He's gonna do the tactics that he's been doing. So he may do some weird kind of. Will it bother me? No, but what I really do want, I want the judges to pay attention to the actual who's landing what, instead of paying attention to this, all that. Right?
Now that was good to say because he started doing that after the uppercut.
Yeah. This is the fight that I've been kind of waiting for my entire life. I didn't have to make this fight. This fight, I could have just stayed at 135 pounds, sat comfortable at 35. I don't feel like no fighter at 135 can beat me.
Why was this the right fight for you, Teo?
The best fight in the best. And I think that since, after a tremendous performance by Crawford against Canelo, you see that type of fight and the magnitude it brings, you want to emulate it.
Shakur Stevenson reacted to Teofimo Lopez's new training footage by pointing out that while Teo moves a lot, he just wants the judges to focus on who's actually landing the clean shots and not get distracted by all that extra movement.
What I really do want, I want the judges to pay attention to the actual who's landing what, instead of paying attention to this, all that. Right?
Now that was good to say because he started doing that after the uppercut.
Yeah.
That I missed, and all I saw was the dancing. Yeah. And you know what I feel? That he got the best of that situation.
Yes, for sure.
Because I didn't have the eye to catch that uppercut and little stuff he was doing.
I want the judges to pay attention. Okay, what landed and what didn't.
Stevenson highlights the importance of maintaining a high, relentless pace throughout the fight, aiming to wear Lopez down over time.
I made this fight for that reason. That was my competitive edge kind of kicked in when I wanted to make this fight. I don't feel like size win fights. I didn't cherry pick. I didn't say, I want to go to 140 and I want to fight a guy that's a tune-up fight or somebody that's going to get me ready for this challenge. I just went up to 140. I said, let me get the Ring Magazine champion. Let's fight that guy. Let's fight the guy that's the guy. And all that more pressure stuff don't mean nothing. As long as I'm locked in and I'm focused on what I'm supposed to be doing, nothing else matters around me. That 4-weight world champion, it means everything to me. That's me separating myself. A lot of these guys that they claim is the guys nowadays, none of them can say that they are a 4-weight world champion. Honestly, for a minute before Devin went and did it, none of them could say they was really 3-weight world champion. So now for me to go to the 4th and the next level is a different type of thing. And a lot of people got to respect me because at the end of the day, if they don't respect me, they don't got no choice but to. Whatever I feel like doing that night is what's going to be done. My game plan is my game plan. I'm not going to even tell nobody my game plan. My game plan going to come out come fight night and just be myself. Just be myself. Be myself and everything going to take care of itself. The best version of me can't be beat by none of these fighters. Problem is he keep going up there and saying that I'm slow.
Shakur Stevenson insists he's sharpened up in camp and will come into this fight noticeably quicker and more explosive than in his last outing, expecting that added speed and precision will catch Teofimo Lopez off guard and force him to adjust on fight night.
So when he realized that I'm a lot faster than what he's expecting, that's going to throw him off a lot because he watched my last fight. And my grandfather was kind of mad at me for my last, well, not mad at me, but he got on me my last fight. He said, you had to slow it down for these to see. And I'm like, yeah, I had to slow it down a little bit. But the style that was in front of me, I kind of like, that's why some people like, he looked slow his last fight. The style that was in front of me, sometimes when people think of speed, they don't understand speed don't mean nothing when it's inaccurate. He got a lot of weaknesses though. He's a very good fighter, but I do see a lot of weaknesses. He's not going to correct them overnight. It's going to be the same Teo that we done seen 1,000 times before.
Stevenson's move up in weight to 140 pounds is significant because it marks his first time competing professionally in this division, and many analysts view this as his toughest test yet.
I actually set this fight up, and I honestly did it because I wanted to push myself. I know that Teo is a tremendous fighter. I know he's on an extremely high level, and I feel like, well, I know that I can beat him, but I know that this should be a tough session, so I'm ready.
Who were some of the other options you had?
Lamar Roach.
That would have been a real good fight, man. But I mean, Tio, he's a bigger name though, so I see why you went with him.
Yeah, bigger name, and also he got the more accolades. He's been undisputed before. He's won belts at 35, won belts at 30, at 40. So he's more accomplished. So I know that would be a better name on my resume.
Yeah, a lot of people saying that this is going to be a tough fight for you.
I mean, they absolutely right to have their opinion. I already know this guy's good. I done came up in the amateurs with him. I chose this for that reason.
Lopez doubts Stevenson's punching power as he moves up in weight, but acknowledges his technical skill. He sees Stevenson as a talented, smart fighter who can still test his abilities despite the size difference.
What do you think of Shakur, his style?
Great fighter. Good fighter. He knows how to fight. He knows how to box inside, outside. He knows how to use his lateral movement. So I think that all those things I need in order to enhance my skill sets and also to challenge myself, because we can't say we are the best if we don't see it or look for it or even go out there and test it.
You've been critical of him, though, over recent months. I think you said he had the power of a 6-year-old at one point on social media. You did, yeah. You had a lot of tweets over that.
I don't even remember. Dang. I don't even know what I'd be doing.
But you seem to believe that 140 may be a bridge too far for him, a step too far for him.
Shakur was honestly the most flawless from 123 all the way down to 114. Since then, he's had his shares of victories. I think 135 was his top tier. 140, I think we just gotta wait and see.
Tio is focused on challenging himself and sharpening his skills. His drive comes from determination, not just motivation. He fights to advance his life and career, not merely to prove a point.
Determined. It's a difference. I'm determined. No motivation. I have all the motivation I need. Got my family. Peoples are good. I'm wealthy, healthy. Health is wealth. Determined for more, determined for a betterment of my life.
Despite the intense rivalry, Teofimo Lopez has downplayed personal grudges, insisting this matchup is about professional competition rather than friendship or vendettas.
Tio, earlier in the show, we discussed a quote from Terrence Crawford, who's been training with Shakur Stevenson. Obviously, they're good friends, and he said that, quote unquote, Shakur is going to beat the F out of Teofimo Lopez. I'm just quoting you there. Tio, we know that you've had your problems with Crawford too. You guys got into it a couple of times last year, yelling at each other. Is there a little extra oomph for you in this fight, knowing that Crawford is in Shakur's corner?
No, not at all. Define the odds, man. Everybody be on that side. I think that they all have like some sort of group plan amongst each other. Even with Keyshawn Davis, they all think that they're going to conquer boxing as friends. I don't think there's friends in this sport. I think Malik Scott would also agree to me on that part. I don't think this should be friends. This is a fight business. It's not about, hey, I want you to conquer this division, I'll conquer that division. We'll all be friends and we'll be champions. This is not the Klitschko brothers era.
Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson has implied there's tension rooted in perceived jealousy between him and Teofimo Lopez, especially around comments Lopez made about ESPN's promotion of fighters. Comments that Stevenson interpreted as Lopez being jealous of the recognition and visibility that ESPN gives black fighters like himself. Lopez once said that if ESPN wanted the black fighters, they could keep them, a remark made out of frustration about not feeling prioritized by the network and promoters, despite his accomplishments, and it sparked significant backlash and discussion about his motives and mindset.
Were being pushed, but it seemed like to me, just from the outside looking in, that he was pushed ahead of you. He was getting the fights that you would. You were calling for Loma. He got Loma.
Yeah.
You wanted other guys. He was getting other guys. Did you see him as a future foe? Because at one point you were 2 divisions ahead of him.
I think that everything just plays out the way it does, and eventually we was going to end up meeting up with each other eventually. I think that that's how it works, right? When 2 greats collide, you're bound to see a great fight. So I never seen any jealousy in my part with him. I mean, for crying out loud, he fought for Team USA, got a silver medal. And,
not during them times though,
and the whole thing
not
was
during them times.
pushed.
I'm speaking on the times where I felt like you had a push start. You got the you used to be ahead of me far as like, you was the code on Terrence Crawford card. I was underneath. Then you got the opportunity to fight with Lomachenko. And after that, I felt like I kind of got pushed more than you, and you felt some type of way about the way that I was pushed more than you when it came down to ESPN. I remember you saying a little comment with the ESPN only like black fighters and all that kind of stuff. And when you said that, I kind of felt like it was a shot at me. So
what the hell? That's where we're going. ESPN only likes black fighters. I don't remember that. But all right, let's take it there then. Shit, what are we saying, Tio? They only watching the black fighters over at ESPN?
I felt like it was a little bit of jealousy.
No, I just didn't give enough. That's all.
Cool.
Just didn't give enough about it all.
Yeah, but when you said in
ended
the comments,
up-
you said something there. It was something you said at that time. That was something. It was the way you felt, right?
Nah, I just pushed the movement that I felt like we was taking over as we are now.
Like I said, I think you're the truth. I know I'm the truth, and can't wait to see it.
Shakur Stevenson has been clear that he seeks out big challenges rather than easy fights, a mindset that has shaped his career and motivates him going into the Teofimo Lopez matchup. Stevenson chose this fight because he sees Lopez as a high-level test that pushes his skills and proves his place among the sport's elite, not simply because of the spotlight, but because he genuinely wants to push his limits against accomplished opposition.
Where I feel like he make mistakes, and I think I'm gonna capitalize off those mistakes.
But bro, what is it about you that has you, looking at a fighter that you know is the truth and then saying, I want to fight him? It seems like it should be normal if you're a fighter, right? But that stuff is dying off in the game right now. And I feel like you one of the last of the dying breed that actually want real challenges.
Yeah, I'm competitive, bro. So it's like, I want to be the best. So when I see certain guys out there, and I seen Tio his last fight, I was there front row, and I'm like, damn, this dude is like, he like a baby Roy. Like he like doing things with his hands down, flashy. And I thought it was cool. So it kind of made me want to get in a ring with him and see if he could do them things against my style.
Your last fight was against William Zepeda in July, and you fought a totally different way. It wasn't the easiest way or the best way to fight.
He's spoken openly about being competitive and wanting to face fighters who demand discipline and adaptability, reflecting a drive to grow as a boxer every time he steps into the ring. Stevenson's confidence and focus on mastery rather than comfort fuel his preparation and sharpen his mentality for elite challenges like Lopez.
Your division at that time and then the one above you, but it sent a message to the fans. But I think it also did something for you to prove to yourself that, man, listen, that wasn't like my best performance, but I showed you I can get it out the mud. What did that performance kind of do for you now that you look back at it?
Honestly, I think like styles wise, I think that Zepeda's style is the style that's supposed to give me the most trouble. Like guys that box and give me time to think is the guys that's gonna have a fit with me all night. But the guys who press me and put me against some ropes and throw a million punches, that's the style that's supposed to give me trouble. So I went out there and I prevailed against that style, and now I'm fighting against a boxer, which for me, it just makes it more fun. I don't have to deal with a guy that's trying to like wear me down so much.
Right.
So now I gotta play chess. I gotta do what I do best, play chess. So I can't wait.
In the Stevenson versus Lopez matchup, the X factors refer to the critical elements that could swing the fight. For Shakur Stevenson, his distance control and jab are paramount. As a skilled southpaw, Stevenson excels at managing the space between himself and his opponent, using precise footwork and short, probing jabs to disrupt rhythm, dictate pace, and keep aggressive fighters like Lopez from closing in. This allows Stevenson to avoid heavy shots while setting up his own combinations, especially targeting the body, a key strength noted by Malik Scott. For Teofimo Lopez, his knockout power and ability to cut off the ring are decisive. Lopez can neutralize Stevenson's movement by using explosive angles and stepping off his front foot, forcing engagements in close quarters where his power is most effective.
To you, what's the X factor for both in this fight?
The X factor for Shakur to me is distance, which he's very good at doing, especially with his feet. Him and Usyk, they both are very good.
Probing with the jab too,
yes,
right?
Probing with the jab, keeping the distance, making short steps going back. They really don't overcommit. And with Tio, I think it's going to be. I think like in Tio last fights, I don't know the last time we've seen a Teo big knockout how we used to see, especially since he moved up in the weight class. But I think this is a fight where he should go back to depending on that, not just going so powerful, but he should just pick his shots. He should punch a lot where Shakur is going to be at and not where he's at.
If Lopez closes the distance successfully, he can overwhelm Stevenson with heavy, rapid punches, turning the fight in his favor. These contrasting strengths make the bout tactically complex and unpredictable.
He's going to have to cut off the ring, and to me, he really should work on not overcommitting, because overcommitting with the likes of Shakur, with the likes of Usyk, they make you pay when you overcommit, and I'm sure Shakur is dependent on that. So Teo should throw a monkey wrench in those plans and make sure he's keeping his chin behind his front knee, making sure he's keeping his lead hand up, especially going against a southpaw, because like I said, his lead hand down makes him closer to Shakur's jab. So we'll see. These things is easier said than done inside the ring, but like I said, it's a great fight and I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there.
If the Shakur that showed up for Cepeda fights that way against Teo, what happens?
Well, take the Cepeda fight, right?
Yeah.
But don't have Shakur as much in the corner. I think Shakur wins easily. I just don't trust Shakur on the ropes, stuck in the corner against Teo. Against other fighters, I could get why he would do that, but against Teo punch selections is a lot better than any fighter that Shakur has ever fought.
Teofimo Lopez, along with several boxing analysts, identifies what they see as Shakur Stevenson's primary vulnerability, a tendency to prioritize avoiding punches over engaging aggressively, coupled with limited knockout power when his jab is neutralized. Stevenson's defensive style, while highly effective for controlling distance, can make him appear hesitant to trade in close quarters, particularly against opponents with significant power. Lopez has publicly stated that Stevenson is more focused on evading clean shots than committing to physical exchanges, which he believes reduces Stevenson's overall effectiveness when facing heavy hitters. By carefully timing Stevenson's slower punches and maintaining consistent pressure, Lopez aims to force Stevenson into uncomfortable positions where his usual defensive advantages are less impactful. Exploiting this perceived hesitation, Lopez plans to push the action, limit Stevenson's movement, and capitalize on openings created when Stevenson attempts to stay safe, turning caution into a tactical liability.
It's one of the best fights you can make in boxing, point blank period. These two are the best in the world at a young age, prime of both of their careers. This is what boxing needs. It's what we want more from boxing. So the fight we know is going to be fireworks, but what's the buildup going to be like? What's the thing that's going to make us tune in on fight night? For Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, it was the rivalry and the chaos surrounding. For Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, it was undisputed at heavyweight. What's it going to be for this one? Yes, championships are on the line. Yes, it's one of the best fights you can make in boxing. Yes, it's going to be a display of the sweet science, but what else? Is there anything personal? Is there anything that we're going to see come out in these sit-down?
During the discussion about knockout potential, Teofimo Lopez makes it clear that his approach is rooted in discipline rather than obsession with a highlight reel finish. He explains that in boxing, actively chasing a knockout often works against a fighter, leading to mistakes and poor positioning. Instead, Lopez emphasizes the importance of setting a strong, consistent pace in the early rounds to establish control and wear his opponent down naturally. By applying pressure and dictating the tempo, he believes opportunities will present themselves on their own. Lopez also questions Shakur Stevenson's ability to handle the full 12 rounds at 140 pounds, noting that it will be Stevenson's first fight at that weight. He suggests the added size, physicality, and sustained pressure could become a serious test as the fight progresses.
You mean at 140 pounds compared to 135?
Yes, in comparison. Are you training for a knockout? Are you training to do something to not just beat Shakur, but to beat him in grand fashion? And when I say grand fashion, I mean going for the knockout.
Well, I think that the whole thing is the Bible of boxing really is that if you look for the knockout, you won't get it. You know, I think really it's just all about setting the good pace early in the beginning rounds and then going from there, setting that tone. I think that I don't see him going those 12 rounds. This is his first time moving up to 140. A lot of these guys could say a lot of things about me not knocking them out or whatnot, but they don't come and try to fight me after they feel this power. So it's for a reason. It carries. It does carry.
Ryan Garcia confidently predicts that Shakur Stevenson will defeat Teofimo Lopez when they meet, arguing that the stylistic matchup heavily favors Stevenson. Garcia believes Lopez struggles against fighters who keep their distance and make him chase, and Stevenson's elite movement and tactical boxing fall squarely into that category. In Garcia's view, Teofimo is more of a natural counterpuncher and doesn't apply consistent forward pressure, meaning he'll be put put in a position where he has to chase Stevenson rather than dictate the fight. Stevenson's ability to stay on the outside, make Lopez miss, and score clean punches gives him the edge, Garcia says, and he doesn't see Lopez forcing enough effective offense to win on points or by stoppage. That's why Garcia sees Stevenson controlling the pace, dictating distance, and ultimately earning the victory in a fight where Lopez is uncomfortable with the style.
We need some real boxing guys in this thing.
Yo, who you got, Shakur or Teo?
I got Shakur Stevenson beat him.
You got Shakur? You don't think Teo's gonna win?
Nah, bro. Nah.
Damn, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I got Teo too, bro.
You guys got Teo? How much you guys want to bet, bro?
I got Teo.
How much you guys want to bet? Anytime.
Bet, bro. I don't got money compared to you.
Nah, I'll bet. Hey, I'll bet in your tax bracket, bro.
100. Let's do 100.
I'll bet 100, bro. Let's
bet 100.
Yeah, let's do 100.
Raleigh Romero points to their shared backgrounds as Olympians and elite pros, noting that their styles and resumes make for an intriguing bout. With both fighters boasting strong offensive and defensive skills, Romero emphasizes the star power and depth of the matchup, encouraging fans to expect a competitive, high-level, and entertaining fight rather than a one-sided contest.
I think it's a great fight.
Yeah.
I think it's a great fight. You'll really see, because I mean, at the end of it, they're both Olympians. They're both multi-division world champions. Teo is an incredible fighter, and Shakur is an incredible fighter. Shakur has a really high boxing IQ and a very Shakur coming out with good. I'm telling you, it's got to be a good fight. I like to see it.
What do you think? Who has the edge in this showdown? Lopez or Stevenson? Drop your predictions and thoughts in the comments below.